Hello, my name is Ramsey Al-Sheikh, and I'm a junior at American Heritage School of Boca del Rey. My project was about coming up with a different way to generate random numbers. Random numbers are useful in the field of cybersecurity. They're used as sort of a password for computers to decrypt the sensitive information you're transmitting over the internet. Anyone without this password can't access this information, and thus private details such as the credit cards or social security numbers are kept private from hackers. The only problem with that is that often to generate a random number that's truly random and unpredictable, it's very expensive. Usually you have to observe external phenomena such as atmospheric noise, or even very hard to observe things like quantum phenomenon on the microscopic scale. The alternative to these expensive, things to observe is using computer algorithms that are not really random, but just really good at scrambling input. And these, of course, are much easier to crack and to predict what number is going to output. And as such, there often could be a cybersecurity complication. I came up with the idea that we could use the computer itself that's transmitting data as a starting point for a random number generator. The theory was that since computers operate at such a fast speed, so many internal factors influencing what the internal state is going to be at any one moment in time, that's virtually impossible to predict what the computer is going to be doing at any moment in time. And as such, we can use that natural computational entropy is what I called it. We can use that natural computational entropy as a source for random number generation. So I created a program that would use this kind of natural computational entropy to generate random numbers. I tested it with a suite of statistical tests called the Die-Harder suite of statistical tests that would verify if it was random or not. My program passed the Die-Harder statistical tests, and as such, provided strong evidence for the technology that I coded was a practical solution to the problem that I identified. I released the code on GitHub, so it's free open source. Anyone with a modern computer can replicate this project and use it for their own purposes to generate random numbers without the expensive costs or low quality issues that I described. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope you enjoy this project.